Okay, you can see I have a few things out here. The first thing I do is this can of chicken breast. This is Kirkland brand, but it's all kind of the same. So you just want to open the can. There's a lot of liquid in this, and you can pour it down the drain if you want, but I have cats, and okay, I'm spilling it all over the counter. I have cats, and the minute I start opening, do you see that one? Hi, buddy. Oh, he's shy. He's camera shy. So anyway, when I do this, get the cat food bowl, and you just want to kind of press it. Don't cut yourself on an open can. If you do that, that's not my fault. There we go. That is going to be, well, I call that chicken soup. It's chicken soup for cats. So I'm just shaking. Again, be careful with the sharp edges. Grab a fork. You can get the little bits out of there. Okay, that's gonna go in the recycling. Take your egg, crack it, throw an egg in. Parmesan cheese. I happen to have Trader Joe's shredded. I need 1/4 of a cup measure. Okay, that's 1/3 of a cup, so I just don't feel like rummaging through the other cups to find it. So I'm gonna get the Parmesan cheese. And am I using a little bit more? That's still gonna be 1/4 of a cup because it's, or whatever. You know, it's not that. And my counter's clean. Come down. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take a fork and I'm gonna mash this up, and that egg too. I know there are different schools of thought on this, but it all just bakes together anyway. And I don't need the chicken to be like sawdust, you know? It's canned chicken. It's already kind of cat food. Sorry, I'm a jerk. So that's good enough. Oh, you know what? Last time I made it, and it was kind of super yummy, I grabbed a thing of Italian seasoning and I just shook in. So this is just some basil and some oregano, and I just shook some in. I don't know, just because. You could add garlic powder here to this. You could add, you know, some chopped onions, whatever you feel like doing. It's no big deal. Okay, so now it's done. I happen to have a piece of parchment paper that I use this avocado oil spritzer. So you can see I sprayed it here and there. And now I'm going to take of course I don't have one. Yes, I do, but it's on the way back. Jesus Lord. Okay, so this is just my scraper. So I'm gonna dump this out. And yeah, I'm a little nutty about getting everything out of the bowl. Okay, so that's out. This can go in the sink. Actually, you know what? Keep this. I'm lying to you already. So this is how I do it. I just take, because I oiled a little bit of this part of the paper, the ends too, and what I do is I just fold it over and I start smushing. And then I'll fold this part over and start, because you want to spread out pizza dough, and you don't want to, it's just easier to do it with oiled parchment paper. So that's still kind of thick in spots. So I'm just going to use the paper to kind of smush it out. And if there's any parts that are sticking out, I push them back in because they tend to dry when they cook, and they just cook too much. They kind of burn. I don't know. I don't mind burned edges, to be honest with you. But you just want to smush it out. So look at my cat. Look. He's like, where's the chicken soup? Sorry, Dexter, you're gonna have to wait a few minutes. So now, because I got my hands all gross, I have to wash the chicken. an egg off of my hands. Okay, so that's kind of it. I usually take scissors and I cut these edges of the parchment paper off because they tend to burn anyway. And every time I make this, I have a smoke detector problem. So, I mean, this whole thing took probably 5 minutes to throw together. So now I'm going to drop it into a pan and I'm gonna put it in the oven at 450. Okay, I'm back. This took 20 minutes at 450, but in fairness, my oven was not preheated, so I forgot to put the preheat on. So you can tell it's done because it's, it's brown on the bottom and it's dry on the top. So this is about 1/3 of a cup. This happens to be Silver Palette makes a marinara sauce called San Marzano that is relatively low carb. So that's the one I use. I guess you could even put like fresh tomatoes on it if you want. I just use the back of a spoon to spread it out. So that's cool. That's about 1/3 of a cup of red sauce. Let's dump this. Okay, this is a 1 cup measure, but you can see it's under. So it's about 3/4 of a cup of shredded mozzarella. So I'm gonna drop that on. And last time I made it, I just made it plain, but I happen to have Kirkland, which is Costco, has this uncured extra lean ham. It's only 25 calories a slice, 0 carbs, and each slice adds 5 grams of protein. So I took 4 slices. I put it onto like some paper towel to get a lot of the moisture out because I don't want like a soggy pizza. So now I'm gonna throw some ham on top. Oops. I should have had it nicely arranged, but I didn't. So let's grab all these, throw it onto the pizza. Okay, and then I have a little spice jar with some oregano in it. So I'm gonna add just a bit of oregano on top. And that's it. Now it's gonna go back in the oven. So it's not hot to handle. I lifted it right out of the baking tray that it was in. So I'm gonna put it back in here in the pan and it's gonna go back in the oven, which is still set at 450. Did you think I was kidding about the smoke detector? I don't lie. Hold on. I put it in the oven at 450 for about 10 or 12 minutes. And then I put the broiler, the grill, the upper broiler on so that I could brown it a little bit. And things go a little crazy. So it will peel off the parchment easy. Even the part that's burned a little bit. That's it. It definitely comes up. So I'm going to leave you to just see how delicious this is. This is the best pizza. And yes, I eat the whole thing. Is it a lot of calories? I don't know. I think I'll do the count because I added ham to it this time. It's about 700 calories, but it's a lot of protein. And you know what? Maybe I'll do the ad and I'll just leave it as a screenshot at the end of this so you can see what the macros are for this. But I only eat 2 700 calorie meals a day anyway. So I don't really care so much about calories. I just care about food.